Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. Today, on this triumphal Thursday, I hope you will give God all the glory, the honor, and the praise. And I hope you're still reminiscing on all the wonderful ways in which God has blessed you. Today, I invite you to look with me into the Gospel according to St. Luke, the 19th chapter, verses 41 through 44. A very powerful text. This is the text where Jesus weeps over Jerusalem. You know, it talks and it lets us see that as Jesus gets closer to Jerusalem, he saw the city ahead of him and he began to weep. He begins to weep because he says that I pray for the people of this city. I pray that the Lord will bless you because your enemies have built great ramparts against you. They have encircled you on every side. They have crushed you to the ground and your children. And he looks at every last one of them and he begins to weep and cries for them because he sees their devastation. Just as Jesus began to weep over Jerusalem, how many of us are weeping and crying for those who've had difficult days? How many of us are weeping and crying for our brothers and sisters and those places where they have seen snow like never before? When we think about Buffalo and we think about all the people in Buffalo, New York, who have found themselves freezing, those who have not had electricity for 5 and 6 days, we can't help but cry. You know, this begins to help us to see and helps us to ask ourselves the question, do we still have feelings for other people's hurts? As Jesus physically wept over Jerusalem, he saw the city, he saw the devastation. Are we weeping for them? Are we weeping for our brothers and our sisters in foreign lands? Those lands that seemingly constantly find themselves being bombed by those who want to take advantage of them. We must ask ourselves the question, are we weeping and are we crying? Are we crying for our brothers and sisters that we see all around us? Those who don't have food to eat, those who don't have homes to live in, those who are living outside underneath tents and this severe cold weather. My brothers and sisters, God reminds us he will wipe every tear from our eyes. That implies that you and I need to put our feelings into being. We need to make sure that we feel the hurt. We feel the pain of our brothers and our sisters who are in need. Just as Jesus weeps over Jerusalem, let's weep over our brothers and sisters. Let us feel their pain, but then let's do something about it. Let's put into place the actions of our heads, our hearts, and our hands to make their lives better so our crying will not be in vain. Today, I want to ask you, have you used your handkerchief? Have you used a Kleenex lately? If not, it might mean that our feelings have gone dry. Let's make sure that we can feel, that we can empathize and sympathize with our brothers and our sisters. And then today, it will be a triumphant Thursday, knowing that we are doing the work that God has called us to do. May God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. Always know, in this year of 2022, God has a great blessing in store for you because you are exceedingly and abundantly blessed. And I'll talk to you again on tomorrow.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.